This week in theaters, we also saw Adventureland.
Adventureland?
Ed.
This is a movie about Ed.
Ed TV.
I'm done.
That was pretty much a tie.
Cue the tiebreaker.
Second, we re-brew tie.
I think the first one was more exciting.
Because we slam.
This one was just like, oh shit. Ready? Come on!
I always pick scissors, man. You
Was
always
that
pick
what
paper.
I picked last time?
Yeah.
I was thinking rock, too.
You should have picked rock. Okay.
Go fuck yourself.
I win again.
Beer guy, I need a beer, please. Thank you. Thanks.
Let's put it on this table here. Okay. Adventureland, all the stuff is probably already up. Should be coming up when we chug. I think that's when it will come up.
Stop saying that.
What?
It's gonna come up.
It's coming up. It's coming.
Wow.
Adventureland, if you didn't already know, was directed by the same director as Superbad.
Greg Mottola.
And for me, that just makes the bar for any movie or that he does from now on, and puts Superbad on the poster and the trailers and everything. The bar is set so high because Superbad was so amazing. This movie I was highly anticipating too, just because of that fact. Superbad was all over the place on this, and a lot of the people that were in Superbad and Judd Apatow's previous things were in this movie. What's his name? Martin Starr.
Yep.
So
Bill from Freaks and Geeks.
Freaks and Geeks is like one of the best series that never went anywhere, ever.
Lasted one season.
I know, and I don't know why.
It was so dumb because, like, I remember reading up on it, and that year they got nominated for, like, a bunch of, like, Emmys and stuff, and they canceled it just because no one watched it.
It's so good. It's now a cult classic. If you haven't seen Freaks and Geeks, buy it and watch the whole series.
That's pretty much where, like, everyone got their career start.
Seth Rogen,
James Franco,
Jason
Segel, Martin Starr,
you know, like Judd Apatow.
Judd Apatow, yep.
And it's funny because, we could go on and on and on about that, but...
and then, like, the next show, Undeclared, did you ever see Undeclared?
Yeah.
That's where Jay Baruchel, is that his name, Jay Baruchel, the guy who's, like, kind of geeky a little bit? He was in that... You know who I'm talking about?
No.
That's where he got his start. And then Seth Rogen was in that one, too.
Oh, Jay Baruchel, the Canadian?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he was in Knocked Up and then Tropic Thunder and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, he's huge, too, now. Yep. Everyone from Freaks and Geeks and anything that Judd Apatow has pretty much done is now a huge success.
Pretty much, yeah.
Which is awesome, and it made the bar for all these movies because everything prior to this was just so good, and Adventureland has to be up there, too. And
I don't think this movie has anything to do with Apatow, though.
No, it
doesn't.
doesn't.
For the fact that
there's
Greg Mottola directed Superbad, and Martin Starr is in this.
Yes.
It's not an Apatow film.
No, it's not at all. And if you go in thinking that, like, the bar was already set way too high for me, I think, because of the whole Apatow family and everything like that. I went in expecting an Apatow-esque film, right? Where, you know, the essence of Superbad and the nostalgic, like, presence of old meets new type thing was kind of there as well, but it was more in era picture, right?
Yeah.
Adventureland, right?
It was from the 80s.
Yeah, and I think they stayed really true to that and did a really, really good job of keeping your mindset in the 80s with the soundtrack that it was, and
the cars they
drove, and
the clothes they wear,
and the hairstyles up to, you know,
and
like
the dancing.
It's
how
so
they just bust out in the dance,
like
to what was it? Rock Me Amadeus.
That song is in this movie 30 times.
Yeah, he's just like, I can't stand this song anymore.
Like, and I was almost expecting all or half of the funny parts to be shown in the trailer, and it's kind of stayed true to that. Like, all the, like, really, really laugh out loud funny parts were in the trailer for me. And Martin Starr's character, all his subtle things that he says were hilarious. And the way he acts, like, and he's all awkward and comes up and then, like, kind of goes back, oh, I just gotta do it, you know? Like, he's so good at doing that, right? And
he pretty much was Bill in this movie.
Which is awesome.
When he was in Knocked Up and he was growing the beard and everything, he was trying to play a character that wasn't Bill. No. It was more of, like, a guy.
But he was still hilarious in it.
But in this one, he got the glasses on, he's got the long hair, and it's just like...
It was Bill, and I'm surprised he didn't say something about farting and stuff like that. On the chair. It was the chair.
Yeah.
Remember that? Yeah. And he sits down, he's like, what? What? It doesn't...
cut the cheese. Anyways, I liked this movie.
Well, I did like it.
I thought it was funny, and I think, like I said before, I think there's going to be a lot of people that are going into it expecting it to be a super bad laugh out loud comedy. It's not going to be like that because you had Seth Rogen who wrote Superbad, you had Michael Cera and Jonah Hill in Superbad. You don't have any of those in this. All you have is the director of Superbad.
Yeah, but you do have Bill Hader, who is phenomenal.
Bill Hader and Kristen Wiig from SNL were the best part of this movie.
I think so too.
Yeah, they provided the needed comic relief. Like whenever they were on screen, it was just funny.
And what you don't see in the trailer, the trailer when he's like, "You don't know what I'm capable of," and then he goes back in and it's just like, "I think that," he just goes straight back to being serious.
No problem, man.
Yeah,
I like when she's sitting at the desk and he just walks by and she's like, throws up the bat.
Everything she said, which she only probably had like 40 lines in this. And they were like one-liners almost.
Yeah.
Everything she said was just gold.
Yeah, it's like, what did he say about that one character? He's passed on. And it's like, no, he's moved on. It's not passed on.
Yeah. Oh. Everything she said was just so good. And I have to defend what, I'm kind of coming down on this movie, but I just honestly think that the gaps were not filled as much as I wanted them to be with a laugh-out-loud funny parts. That's it. Like, it's still a really good movie, start to finish.
See, that's the thing.
And it's feel good, and I was expecting not to feel good.
I liked it. I liked how it was really heartfelt too, and I liked those like you say, gaps in between because it provided more story. It provided more character structure too, because it's not just a guy.
There was a lot more character structure than a Superbad or
it's not just a guy who wants to go out and get laid. He's he's a pretty emotional guy, right? If you look at him before he went to the amusement park, he was a guy who wanted to, go to New York or Europe and with his friends and stuff.
Yeah.
And he just didn't, and it was partly the reason he didn't go there because he was relying on his parents and he wasn't a grown up yet. He just got out of high school. He didn't know what the real world was like, so he went and got a job.
A lot for people that just got out of high school.
I drank that much when I was.
But in bars and stuff.
Well, it's in late 80s Pittsburgh, right? No one's going to give a shit. They're not going to ask you for IDs back then.
Tons of drinking and driving in this movie too, which is not condoned by the show.
I thought it was good as far as a character arc. He was a guy who he was stuck up. He was uptight about a lot of things, and then he went to Adventureland. He kind of embraced life a little bit more. He fell in love. He created new friends, better friends that didn't ditch him, because they wanted to succeed in their future or whatever. These were real people that he met. And I thought it was cool because at the end he makes a decision based on all that happened in Adventureland. He says he doesn't want to go back because he hates that place, but really it was how he came about to be who he was.
Yeah. What do you give her?
I'm giving her 4.5 out of 6.
I thought you liked it more than that.
I did.
That's what I'm giving it.
Okay, I'll give it 5 then.
I seriously, I walked out and I was like, because
I'll give it 5.5.
Superbad was it came out before our show started, obviously. That is a 6 out of 6 or a 7 out of 6 because it's just phenomenal, over the top, amazing. And this one, I have to judge it against what I would give Superbad, so I'm giving it a 4.5.
Wow, I should have heard yours first. Now I feel dumb. No.
You can.
Okay.
No, just rethink it. This is on the spot. We just saw this before we started filming, so.
I'm
Like,
not gonna,
literally
I'm
right
not going to
before.
go out and give it a 6 because
No.
I didn't like it in the total two. I'm going to say like 5. 5.5. 5. 5 3/4. No, wait, 5 1/4. You can just see the bottle going.
I don't even think we have.
I'm giving it
quarters.
5. I'm
Yeah,
giving
there's
it 5.
fives or halves. 5?
5.
That's the final decision, people.
5.